Every year, thousands of workers suffer from injuries that could have been prevented. Workplace injuries cost businesses billions in lost productivity and medical expenses. In North America alone, over 4.2 million workplace injuries are reported annually, costing businesses more than $170 billion per year. Today, we're breaking down the top 10 workplace injuries, their costs, and how they can be prevented. Let's get started. Number 1. Overexertion is the leading cause of workplace injuries. Lifting heavy objects, pulling, pushing, and repetitive motion can cause strains and sprains. Real example: a warehouse worker in Texas tore his back muscles lifting an overloaded pallet. He was out of work for 6 months. Cost: the average cost per overexertion injury is $14,000, with an average of 13 lost workdays. Prevention: train workers on proper lifting techniques and encourage the use of lifting equipment. Hey, here's a big one. Stop letting your ego get in the way. Stop trying to impress the secretary with the low-cut blouse. Ask for help. Besides, she probably thinks you're an idiot anyway. Number 2. Slips, trips, and falls account for over 20% of workplace injuries. Causes: wet floors, uneven surfaces, cluttered workspaces. Real example: a restaurant worker in New York slipped on spilled grease, breaking her wrist. Cost: falls result in an average cost of $47,000 per claim and 19 lost workdays. Prevention: keep floors clean, use anti-slip mats, and ensure proper lighting. Okay people, when you see a hazard, report it, and if you can, fix it yourself. When you notice a hazard, walk by and do nothing about it, then you are now the one that is just as responsible if someone gets hurt, as the way it got created in the first place. Number 3. Being struck by falling or moving objects is common in construction and warehouses. For example, a carpenter in Canada suffered a concussion when a tool fell from scaffolding above. The average cost per injury is $21,000, with 10 lost workdays. Prevention measures include wearing hard hats, securing tools, enforcing hazard control zones, and being aware of your surroundings and other people in the area. So, what is the math on a falling object? A 10-pound object dropped from 20 feet will hit the ground at approximately 24.5 miles per hour. The impact force would be around 112 pounds force, enough to cause serious injury. Number 4. Workers getting caught in machines or crushed between objects is a serious hazard. For example, a factory worker lost his fingers while fixing a conveyor belt that wasn't powered off. This type of injury costs an average of $43,000 per claim and results in 24 lost workdays. Prevention includes training employees on lockout, tagout procedures and using machine guards. Wow, watch your line of fire, people. Think about how the scenario might play out. A quick story from my own personal experience on this. Just recently in our own company, a worker crushed his fingers and lost over 40 days. What a way to spend his Christmas holidays. Number 5. Workplace vehicle accidents involve forklifts, trucks, and other powered mobile equipment. For example, a forklift operator hit a coworker due to blind spots in a warehouse. The average claim is $56,000, with 22 lost workdays. Prevention measures include implementing speed limits, mirrors, and pedestrian walkways. That is only injuries. When I was the safety manager for a company, the company had 32 locations. Not at the one I was at, but in the 2 years I worked with this company, 2 people were killed in forklift incidents at other locations. Number 6. Constant, repetitive tasks can lead to injuries like carpal tunnel and tendinitis. For example, an office worker developed chronic wrist pain after years of typing. The average cost per claim is $42,000, with 18 lost workdays. Prevention includes ergonomic workstations, regular breaks, and stretching exercises. I met a guy once that was off work, not sure how long. He was an automotive mechanic that had carpal tunnel from using his pneumatic impact wrench so much just with one hand. This was a lost time incident. Workplace injuries happen in every industry. Number 7. Exposure to hazardous chemicals, gases, or radiation can cause burns and illnesses. For example, a lab technician inhaled toxic fumes due to a ventilation failure. The average claim cost is $34,000, with 17 lost workdays. Prevention includes proper ventilation, PPE, and hazardous material training. I'm not sure if it counts if you have that one coworker who is on a high-fiber diet, and it doesn't agree with his digestive system. And your desk is next to his. Sorry. Number 8. Assaults, harassment, and conflicts lead to serious workplace injuries. Example: a retail worker was attacked by an aggressive customer over a return policy. Cost: workplace violence claims average $45,000, with 23 lost workdays. Prevention: conflict resolution training, security measures, and reporting systems. Wow, this is crazy. I wouldn't have thought of this as being in the top 10, but here it is. Maybe this is a sign we need to stop bullying and harassing our coworkers. I see this all the time. Unfortunately, I see a lot of double standards though, and inconsistency on what is and is not reported. Number 9. Fires can start from electrical faults, flammable materials, or gas leaks. Example: a factory explosion injured multiple workers due to poor chemical storage. Cost: fire-related injuries cost an average of $78,000 per claim, with 30 lost workdays. Prevention: fire safety training, proper storage, and emergency drills. Number 10. Prolonged exposure to loud noise or harmful substances can lead to permanent health issues. Example: a construction worker lost 40% of hearing after years without ear protection. Cost: occupational illnesses average $37,000 per claim, with 16 lost workdays. Prevention: provide noise-canceling ear protection and regular health checkups. This is an interesting one because we go down the path of that construction worker. But how many of you know a hairdresser that is hard of hearing? Why? Because they run hair dryers all day every day. And over the long haul, this will cause hearing loss. I have met a few with poor hearing. I've also met a couple that have skin irritation from the handling of hair chemicals constantly, day after day. That one would go up to number 7, hazardous chemical exposure. Workplace injuries cost businesses over $170 billion annually and result in millions of lost workdays. But every injury is preventable with proper awareness and safety measures. Every worker deserves a safe environment. Share this video with your team and commit to a safer workplace today. Tell us your lost time story in the comments. We can learn from each other's events. Stay safe, work smart.